Good afternoon. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins, and today we are so very proud during Hispanic Heritage Month that we are going to have our first readout from our Hispanic Community Needs Study results that has come from our Hispanic Advisory Committee, and we're going to hear from individuals that were involved in doing that. So for the first time in over 2 decades, Westchester County has completed a comprehensive study of its Hispanic community conducted in partnership with Pace University and the county's Hispanic Advisory Board. This study highlights critical priorities and provides a roadmap for how the county and its partners can better serve this growing populations. With us this afternoon are certainly Dr. Carmen Martinez-Lopez, who is the chair of the Hispanic Advisory Board, Martha Lopez, who is our Director of Minority and Women-Owned Business Development for Westchester County, Rebecca Takula, who's the Pace University Professor, the Chair of Public Administration, and Executive Director of the Wilson Center for Social Entrepreneurship, as well as County Legislator Nancy Barr, who is the Chair of Human Services. And we're going to hear from all of those folks in just 1 minute. So again, good afternoon, and thank you for being with us all here this afternoon. And this press conference this afternoon is marking that significant milestone for Westchester County. I want to first thank Dr. Carmen Martinez-Lopez, Professor Rebecca Takula, and the entire advisory board. We have members here that will come up when the presentation is happening, and the many, many community members who shared their voices. This could not have happened without you. The findings provide an honest and in-depth picture of both the strength and struggles within one of Westchester's fastest growing populations. It tells us what many of us already knew, that our Hispanic neighbors are central to the culture and the economy and the future of Westchester County. However, it also highlights challenges that must be addressed, including affordable housing, access to health care and mental health services, employment opportunities, and protection against discrimination. While this is a challenging budget year, the information gathered through the study provides us with valuable insights on how we can focus our efforts and dollars and work with our partners to make progress where possible. The advisory board has issued thoughtful recommendations, and I am committed to ensuring that the continuing conversations with them and the community partners to explore opportunities for action. This is work that government can't do alone. We need our nonprofit partners, businesses, educators, and residents to be part of this effort. Because when every community in Westchester has the tools to thrive, our entire county is stronger and more resilient. And at a time where communities of color across the nation are facing attacks, including troubling rhetoric and policies aimed at marginalizing communities of color, Westchester is choosing a different path. Here, we recognize this community is a driving force for Westchester's success and that our entire county thrives again when every resident has a chance to succeed. So let's view this study as a starting point for us, a beginning of a deeper partnership with our Hispanic neighbors, and a renewed effort to ensure that every resident, no matter where they come from, has a fair opportunity to build a good life here in Westchester County. With that, I'm going to ask Dr. Carmen Martinez-Lopez, our chair of our Hispanic Advisory Board, and Rebecca Takula, the Pace University professor and the chair of Public Administration and the executive director for the Wilson Center for Social Entrepreneurship, to come up, as well as our members that are here with us this afternoon from the Hispanic Advisory Board. So, come on up, team.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. As the county executive said, my name is Rebecca Takula, and I'm here from Pace University along with my colleague Gina Skutanakiu-Todoran. Pace University is proud to partner on this project, which we consider community engaged research in its truest form. Community engaged research is a powerful collaborative process that incorporates input from the people and organizations that the research outcome will impact, as equal partners in the research process, including designing and dialoguing on research questions, really trying to understand what the questions are that the community organizations or agencies are looking to answer, and ultimately influencing policy so that our community members are ultimately true partners in these decisions that will impact their lives directly. And so the study that we undertook over the last couple of years with the partnership of the Hispanic Advisory Board really was a true partnership. And we employed a community needs assessment, what we consider a gap analysis, to understand where we might see gaps both in where resources are available on the ground and access to those resources. And so gaps might look like language barriers, transportation, awareness of resources, and then cases where investment needs to be made where there might be areas lacking resource. So this study was primary data that we collected in a mixed methods approach. So we had both a large survey, which yielded almost 1,800 responses from community members. In addition to that, we had in-depth semi-structured interviews with 11 community leaders from around the Hispanic community in Westchester. Overall, our survey participants and interviewees ranked the 5 categories of community service from highest to lowest priority, with family, children, and seniors ranking the highest at 33%. Mental and physical health category was next, followed by basic human needs. And so we asked respondents to tell us what their biggest kind of buckets or categories of needs were, and that's where those findings were. But when we really get into those specific service gaps where there might be, like I said, a lack of access, awareness, or actual services on the ground, we identified quite large gaps in areas including affordable and quality housing, housing assistance, employment opportunities, and then areas related to mental health were large gap areas where we see within the Hispanic community in Westchester and Westchester-wide, globally, these are major issues. But we uncovered some specific issue areas where policy can be implemented to address areas including youth and adult suicide, counseling and intervention, emotional, behavioral, and mental health care, et cetera. And unsurprisingly, also preventing bias, discrimination, and racism were major issues. The timing of the survey itself, the survey was conducted between April and November 2024. The interviews were conducted in the spring and early summer, so we were able to identify differences there in needs and priorities over the course of the last year. So it was a unique situation where we could identify kind of pre and post effects of some of the political situations that we're seeing now. We are very grateful for having been part of this, and we in some ways feel that we were part of the easy part, which is kind of asking the questions and understanding what the challenges are, and now addressing and implementing policies and investments in the community is the next step. And we're very happy to continue in our partnership with the County Executive's Office and the Hispanic Advisory Board. So I'm going to turn it over to my esteemed colleague, Carmen Martinez Lopez from Westchester Community College.
Good afternoon. This is a very special day for us, for the Hispanic and Latino residents of Westchester Community College. Today, we present the findings of the first academic Hispanic community needs assessment, conducted in partnership with Pace University and made possible by the support of Westchester County Executive Director Ken Jenkins. You have been with us since the proposal, since the beginning of this project, and we appreciate on behalf of the Latino population, the Hispanic population in Westchester County, thank you for being our partner and for helping us. Thank you. We are 21 members. This is a big advisory board. The 21 members of the Hispanic Advisory Board developed and recommended evidence-based policies to the county executive to operationalize the findings of the assessment. This is an assessment This is an academic assessment. If we are not talking about somebody in my neighborhood told me something. No, we are talking about data. We are talking about evidence. And that is the reason we are recommending these evidence-based policies. What I will share today is a summary of the 4 policies. The full list of policy recommendations is available for review in this document. Everybody have access to the document. First, we recommend bolstering support for children, families, and seniors by providing parenting programs, expanding child care support, and creating bilingual senior support. Second, we recommend expanding bilingual behavioral health and primary care services and bilingual workforce development for health professionals. This is an emergency here in the county. Third, we recommend addressing socioeconomic barriers by expanding affordable housing, advancing food security efforts, funding ESL and literacy programs, and most importantly, providing bilingual career pathways. I am an educator, and we need those pathways in fields such as healthcare, technology, and green energy. Fourth, we recommend reinforcing civic access through Latino leadership development, expanding anti-bias training, and bilingual trauma-informed outreach. To bring these policies to life, the county should embed them in the budget. This is important. We have to identify those resources. Establish an implementation team to develop a 3-year roadmap, and most importantly, partner with educational institutions, nonprofits, and municipalities. This is a work where all of us have to be together. By investing in these policies, Westchester County can improve health, housing, education, and economic opportunities for Hispanic Latino residents, and we can generalize these findings. It's just the assessment is addressing the necessities, the issues related to the Hispanic population, but we in research can generalize findings. And this finding can be generalized to all our neighborhoods. I live in a neighborhood with different representative of the population, or the demographic population. Together, we have the opportunity to build a stronger, healthier future, one where every family, child, and senior has the support they need. Now, the most important part for all of us, for my colleagues, the members of the advisory board. This was a teamwork. We worked together. And I would like to thank Andres Castillo Quintana for contributing his expertise and policy recommendations. He was the professor for us. To support Westchester County's Hispanic and Latino residents. Work he undertook while pursuing his master's degree at Columbia University. Andres, thank you for this gift. This is a big gift from Andres, from the next generation. Thank you. Thanks also to the leadership of the subcommittee chairs, Gabriela Gonzalez, Luis Beltran, Maritza Fasak, and Lisette Taylor, who refined these policies. Thank you, Shirley. Shirley was my colleague at the beginning. We worked together for that proposal. And thank you, Wilfredo, because Wilfredo always was there telling us, motivating us, let's go. The community is going to answer those surveys. We are together on this. Thank you so much for that. Finally, special thanks to Marta Lopez. Marta, you are very special to us. Alex Caro. I call Alex Caro all the time, my future You are my future. And you are my future, Andres. And Catherine Chioffi for their partnership during this process. Always they were with us. When we needed something, we called them and they answered the phone for us. As we look ahead, let us carry our heritage with pride. Gracias. Muchas gracias a todas las personas que nos han acompañado, a la comunidad latina en todos los municipios, en los pequeños pueblos que nos respondieron esta encuesta. Nosotros, con el apoyo del director ejecutivo del condado, Ken, vamos a implementar estas políticas y tenemos un plan muy claro para estos próximos 3 años. Vamos a implementar un equipo del condado que trabaje con las universidades, con las organizaciones sin ánimo de lucro y con todas las personas voluntarias que existen en este condado para llegar a cada uno de esos rincones, a cada una de esas municipalidades. Y en este momento estoy invitando a todos los latinos, por favor, comuníquense con nosotros. Nosotros estamos aquí para ayudarles. Ken Jenkins está con nosotros desde el principio y él sabe lo importante que es para nosotros llevarles esa educación que requieren. Todo el mundo no tiene que ir a la universidad. Nosotros tenemos a voces y sus hijos pueden, después que terminen la escuela secundaria, pueden ir a voces, pueden ir a SUNY, Westchester Community College. Estoy allí, soy la decana de la Escuela de Negocios y Estudios Profesionales. Por favor, vengan a vernos. Nosotros, todos nosotros estamos aquí para apoyarlos. Ustedes no están solos. Los queremos mucho y todo el trabajo que estamos haciendo es por el amor que tenemos por nuestra comunidad. Muchas gracias.
All right. Well, first, again, from the work, and congratulations on the hard work that was done. We've got to make sure that we give a special shout out to our president and friend from Pace University, Dr. Marvin Krislov, because if we didn't do that, he might not let me use this pen anymore. But more importantly, both Rebecca and Gina from their work at Pace University and their leadership as a provost and the chair of the department to be able to do this. And again, with the powerhouse folks that are standing behind us that are part of the Hispanic Advisory Board, a council member in the town of Bedford, as well as a doctoral candidate as well doing his work there. Andres Casillo Quintana is a town board member in the town of Bedford. Certainly, Shirley Acevedo in doing the work that she does with Latino U and making sure that we have folks that have their first opportunity to be able to take that next step in higher education and lift up themselves and their families, and does such a wonderful job in doing that. And Wilfredo Morella that does all the work that he does in Sun River and everything else that he does in art and so many other things. He's glue up there in so many different ways, not just in the city of Peekskill, but around Westchester County, and all of the 21 members of the Hispanic Advisory Board for the hard work to get to this particular place. And without Dr. Carmen Martinez Lopez, who is diligent. Is that a good word, Martha, right? Diligent in trying to make sure, she's persuasive. She's persuasive in multiple languages, by the way, right? But to make sure that this was able to get off of the ground and being focused to do that. And again, it was your hard work that got us to this place. The smart people just listen to you and do what you asked them to do, right? But with that, I'm going to ask Martha Lopez to come up and share her thoughts. She's the director of our Minority and Women-Owned Business Development here in Westchester County. She's also the liaison for the Hispanic Advisory Board. She's also liaison to so many other things, but she is a city council member herself as well. With that, Martha Lopez.
Thank you so much, County Executive. Thank you, Pace University and the Hispanic Advisory Board for the wonderful work that you have done. And just a little bit of history. The last needs assessment that was done was 20 years ago. And I was part of that assessment, and looking at the data back then, the Latino community was around, in 1990, was around 85,000, 86,000 Latinos. So we have tripled that number. But just 10 years before then, in 1980, we were only 45,000 Latinos here. We are now 25%, which calculates to be around 260,000, taken more or less. And that just shows you how this community, as the county executive said previously, has continued to grow. And the needs assessment is extremely important because it gives us an opportunity to actually know what the needs are. So to all of the communities out there who participated, thank you, muchas gracias. And again, County Executive, thank you, Pace University, and my dear friends and colleagues, the Advisory Board, estoy orgullosa de ustedes. You make us proud. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. And one of the things, as everyone has identified so far, one is that the Westchester County Hispanic Community Needs Assessment is also available right now, right? And we're going to talk about this a little bit later on this evening at our Hispanic Heritage Day celebration here in the county office building. But more importantly, I believe we're going to make sure it's online as well under our affinity groups that we have. So we're going to make sure that on the Hispanic Advisory Advisory Board's page that we're linking to that. But one of the main missions of the Hispanic Advisory Board, which is outlined here in the very opening paragraph of what things are happening, is that the members of the Hispanic Advisory Board are not just advising the County Executive's Office, they're also advising the County Board of Legislators. And we are pleased to have two of them with us this afternoon. We have Nancy Barr, Legislator Nancy Barr, who is the chair of the Human Services Committee, and certainly Legislator Catherine Parker as well, to come up, and they're going to share their thoughts as well. So, Legislator Barr. Right?
Thank you so much. It's hard to reach. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations to the Hispanic Advisory Board, as well as Pace University, for coming out with this terrific report. I know it's taken a couple of years, but I'm sure it'll be well worth the time. I'm looking forward to reading it, and I'm looking forward to implementing some of the things that are recommended. As the county executive said, I chair the Human Resources Committee on the Board of Legislators, and these are exactly the types of issues that we deal with. And I'd be happy to have the advisory board come and speak to our committee so that we can hear directly about some of these recommendations. I also co-chair the Families Task Force, and we have representatives from many different nonprofits. In fact, Latino U is one of those nonprofits who joins us for monthly meetings where we hear about issues that affect families in Westchester. So this will also be a great resource for us on that committee. And finally, I represent Portchester, Rybrook, and Harrison. And Portchester, as some of you may know, has a population that is about 60%, I think it's over 60% Latino and Hispanic. So I'm really, really looking forward to reading the report and seeing how we can help improve services for this part of the community, which is really, part of the greater community, we really want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. So thank you so much for making this available to us, and we look forward to working together on this.
I'll be very brief. I'm Catherine Parker, and I represent the communities of Mamaroneck, Rye, and a little bit of Harrison. And certainly the village of Mamaroneck has a very robust and healthy Hispanic community. And just hearing the numbers that Martha Lopez was mentioning about the population and how the population of Westchester has changed. I know in my community, in my district, we certainly feel that we have changed for the better. There is a vibrancy. There is a color that we see that's really wonderful. And certainly we feel that the motto that we use in Westchester, Westchester is thriving. We are happy to say that I think all of our as a diverse community, we are all thriving, but that doesn't mean that there isn't work that we can also do. So I really look forward to reading this. I know that for one of my organizations in the district, the Community Resource Center, who was involved with this, I will be very interested to see, and certainly looking forward. I'm sure digital equity is one of the things that was talked about. It's something that Westchester has really done to also help really facilitate that thriving that I was just talking about. So thank you to everyone who made this possible. Thank you.
So thank you, Legislator Nancy Barr and Legislator Catherine Parker, for their thoughts as well. And again, the particular report, the Westchester County Hispanic Community Needs Assessment, and was explained, it wasn't just friends on the corner, but the truth is, it is the information that comes from everyday folks around Westchester County, and it's so important to get that information put in. And as Legislator Nancy Barr pointed out, and Legislator Catherine Parker alluded to, being able to make the decisions that we have to make in government, it always makes a difference when we have this information. And again, it is so good for the first time, as Martha Lopez pointed out, in over 20 years, having an updated academic-based community needs assessment. And again, with the partnership between the Westchester County Hispanic Advisory Board, as well as the professionals from Pace University putting their time and energy in for social engagement and social justice, and making sure that we're continuing that work together. What this information is going to make a difference for all of us as we navigate through all of the challenging times for policy and programs to make sure that we're taking and effectively utilizing the dollars as best as possible. And again, we want to make sure to give an asterisk shout out, because we also, I shouted out their organizations that they represent so well. They're not standing here on behalf of those organizations, because again, we don't want anyone getting in trouble for those. Pace University is here for Pace University, right? But from organizations like Shirley Escovedo Bontempo and her work that she does, again, with Latino You, is not the function of this particular point. They're dynamic individuals, Andres Castillo, Quintana, again, their kind of work, and Wilfredo Morales, just... He's awesome, right? But again, we want to continue to remind people that when Westchester starts, we always say it starts with WE when we're going through all of our heritage festivals, and said that that's what makes us so special here in Westchester County, is that we can celebrate we can recognize the similarities and celebrate the differences. And this kind of report helps us make a difference for the people in our Hispanic community, but as well for everyone in Westchester County. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. This Hispanic Advisory Board report with the Westchester County Hispanic Needs Assessment is available right now. You can go up online and see that. And again, making sure to continue to celebrate everyone in Westchester County, and we're making a difference. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.